It's a positive seed. Manifestation is based on what you believe. Outcome depends on how the situation perceived. And ain't no limit to what the power of the mind can achieve. Keep it going, never stop it.
What's up, guys? It's Devan here.
What's up, guys? It's Nick.
And today we want to go over one of the biggest things we try to instill in our members and clients, as well as, within ourselves. It's having a never give up mindset. And it's one of those things where it might sound cliche and it might sound, cheesy, but at the end of the day, it's more than just a saying. It can go into, physically not giving up when you want to, but at the end of the day, your results aren't going to come in one day or after one workout. So that never give up mindset, to us and how we try to relate it to our members and clients is that you're going to put in all your effort in today, and you're going to wake up the next morning and you're not going to see the results that you want. Your dream body is not going to be the next day. But at the end of the day, you're going to get up again and you're going to do it all over again. And that's the hardest thing, because it's easy to give up and be like, oh man, that was a hard workout. I don't see the results I want. I'm over it. But the hardest thing to do is to get up that next day and be like, man, I gave it my everything yesterday and I'm still not where I want to be. I'm going to go harder today.
You know that feeling when you're tired, you're exhausted, you're in a station, you're on your last set, you're trying to push for that last rep, and in your head you're telling yourself, damn, I don't know if I can get this one out. I don't know if I can make the last 15, last 10 seconds. But then something inside of you, or even, whether it's somebody on the floor, a trainer or a friend or anybody that is with you, or yourself, most of the time it is going to be just yourself, that tells yourself, you know what, no, I can do it. That's that never give up mindset that Devan and I are trying to portray, because when you dig deep and you push those last reps out, that willpower, that mental strength that you acquire, you can relay that outside. And I know it may seem like it's all about working out and training, but the thing is, when I say it relays outside, you don't know what people are going through on the outside in their personal lives, work life, relationship lives, and even if they're in the gym, you don't know if they're mentally or emotionally struggling or, crippled inside. But with each and every daily deposit that you push yourself to the very best that you can, that never give up mindset, you can apply that to your problems outside as well. Because a problem or obstacle that we are also facing out there, it's not like we're just gonna lay down and stop. It's not like we can stop working. It's not like we can stop living.
So we all have problems. We all have struggles, Nick and I included. And it's one of those things where, your friends and your family are there for you, and they're the ones that you're going to lean on. But at the end of the day, if you don't put in the work that you need to put in, and you're not getting the results that you want, it's on you. At the end of the day, you're the only one that you can blame. Yeah, you can make up excuses. You can say that, you didn't have time, you're not feeling it today, or you're tired, exhausted, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, if you don't put in the work, you don't put in the time, it's on you, right? So we try to, without being too harsh, let members know, we're here to give you as much help as we can. But at the end of the day, it's on you. And whether you don't do it or don't do it, no one really cares as much as they say they do, and as much as you should care yourself. If you don't get that workout in today, or if you skipped, let's say a homework assignment, or you skipped out on some of the work you needed to do at work, whatever it is, if it doesn't, bother you a little bit that you didn't do what you needed to do, or that you knew there was some time that you should have done it, that you were, messing around, it's just one of those things where that should eat at you a little bit, because that means you're trying to get better. And you knew that you messed up, you look back at it, you're like, man, I'm not going to make that same mistake the next time or the next day. But if it doesn't, you need to make a mindset shift, straight up. It's just one of those things where if you're not like that and you're just trying to take the easy way out, you're going to be where you're going to be. You're not going to progress as far as you need to. So get up, dust off the dirt, and go back at it.
And I actually wanted to add, because Devan said we tell the members and the people that we're training that we give you 100%, but it's on you to be able to put in the work on a consistent basis. And I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but the way that Devan and I actually met is Devan helped me train and get ready for a bodybuilding competition. And in prelude to that, just speaking about it and him agreeing to help me, he told me that I'm gonna help you create the plan and the guide to get to where you want to get to the best that you can get, stepping up on that stage. I'm gonna give you 150%, but you gotta give me your 100. So with him not completely knowing how I am as a person inside, I was like, say less, bro. In my head, I'm just gonna show him that I'm gonna match his 150. And that's exactly what I did. Like, throughout the prep, he was there for me. It wasn't...
This guy definitely had his ups and downs, his struggles. I would be getting some texts that were like, hey man, do I really have to eat all this food? Like, is it in the meal plan? And then he would just respond, yep. And I'd be like, all right, well then. And then and it wasn't just one time I got that text. I got that text multiple times. So it's one of those things where we go through it too. And yeah, it's one of those things where like he matched my 150, without a doubt. And that's why we're here together today. It went from that like professional to client, friend relationship to look, we're partners now. We're business partners, we're friends, we're everything, that you wouldn't expect out of a personal trainer, being with you. So it's just one of those things where there's so much that can come out of your life that if you hold yourself back or if you only give half your effort, like who knows what could have happened.
Exactly. That you'd be surprised the things that happen or the things that you can accomplish yourself if you just don't give up.
That's all there is to it, straight up. If you don't want to put in the work, you're going to stay where you're at.
And just in addition to that, not to get like super in depth, but we get that it's hard. Like you said, already in depth, like life is hard in general, working out is hard, but just keep in mind, when the times that you do want to give up, is that you only get one life, you only get one chance. You don't know when it'll be your last workout, your last day, knock on wood, but would you be satisfied? Would you be happy with the deposit that you put in, with every chance, every opportunity that you got? Every chance that you got to wake up, get up, and do what you can?
What are some of the things that, you personally, like I know what we do with our members and stuff like that, and we'll go through some of those in like some of the other podcasts, we'll go into depth on some of those kind of tips. But like, you personally, what do you feel like you do if you're in that mindset of, man, I'm just gonna skip today's workout, or you're doing the workout and you're just like, man, I just wanna dip out, or I don't wanna eat this last meal, or I wanna have a cheat meal. What are some of the things that you may do in your workout or in your life to kind of push you through those mental struggles besides what we do and vent to each other and lean on it? Like personally, what do you do like mentally?
Honestly, mentally, like as hard as it is, it's kind of like a self-check, and you get those random sporadic moments when you will have those that hit that roadblock, like, damn, I don't want to do this, I am not feeling it, so on and so forth. But that's the moment where you gotta hit it right there and stop, mental check real quick, and take a deep breath, close your eyes if you have to, but you gotta assess your situation. Like, is this in the moment? Is it something that's like, okay, it's gonna be a long-term feeling, right? Is it a long-term feeling that is going to actually hinder me from getting this task accomplished, or is this just a temporary moment? Like a few minutes, seconds, an hour, so on, half of the day. Sometimes it's like that is holding me back, but literally, it's not an option. And you and I have talked about that many times, that failure is just not an option. And whether or not I have articulated that in my own brain before, it was always just kind of like something that I did not want to settle for regretting. That word regret is what kept me pushing, is that I told myself, if I don't do this task, I will not accomplish my goal. And if I do not accomplish my goal, I will have so much regret, and that is the worst feeling. I'd rather fail, and it is cliche, but it's straight up facts. Like, I'd rather fail trying than hurt because I regret not trying my best.
I feel you. I feel like one of my biggest things is I would say, like, let's say we're done at the gym, you know, because that's where we work. We're done at the gym, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go home, and then I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna take a little rest. I know mentally that if I go home, I'm probably not going back out. So like I've known that within myself. So if I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it, and I've literally got in my car and started driving, and then I'm like, you know what, you're being a bitch. Like, turn back around, just get it done. Like, we're gonna waste more time going home, resting, and then driving all the way back to come and work out. It's like, just do it now. And, you know, that's one of my little things that I, you know, have within myself that I, you know, try to realize it and make those, you know, mindset shifts or those, you know, realizations or self-checks, as you said. But I mean, for me, it's like, I guess now that having a daughter and everything, it's a little bit different, because it's like, at the end of the day, if I'm trying to teach her life values, if I'm trying to teach her how she should be, or her motivation, determination, and yet I'm the one coming home early because I feel too tired, it's like, how can I really do that? She's gonna see what's going on. I mean, she's only 9 months right now, but at the end of the day, she's gonna see me coming home. Or is she gonna be waking up to me walking in the door after, you know, all sweaty and already got my workout in, and then she's like, damn, Dad's already up, he's a beast. You know, it's just one of those things where, like, that will go through my head during my workout. That'll go ahead and run through my mind throughout the day. It's just one of those things where, even just in work, it's one of those things where it's like, if I'm not going to do it, like, let's say we have some tasks that we need to do, if I'm not going to do it, I'm just expecting you to do it, and vice versa. But both of us know it's like one of those things where, like, if I'm not going to do it and expect you to do it, and you don't know that, or let's say I tell you, I'm just saying it's not going to get done, right? And that's not acceptable. Like, our goals, our dreams, and our vision is bigger, and for us to get to that goal, like, there's certain steps that need to be taken. Right. And whether you feel tired or whether I feel tired, like, it doesn't matter. No one cares. If you want to get to that goal, put in the fucking work. That's it. Like, it's all it is. Day after day, you know, routine after routine, whatever it is, you have to put in the work, or else you're not going to get to that goal. And it's that simple. And that's honestly, like, there's days that I'll be running on fumes in the sense of, like, sleep, all that, and I just know, like, all right, you're tired, but at the end of the day, how bad do you want it? And I know that one is cliche, but it's like, honestly, how bad do you want it? Do you want to, you know, make this vision a reality? You know, just us opening the gym, like, that was 5 years in the making of me trying to open a gym, and then finally, like, our worlds collided, and it was the perfect situation. Mm-hmm. But imagine, like, if I would have given up after year 2, like, we would have never met, and this would have never happened. But then your drive and my drive matched, and now we're here where we are. You know, but both of us have that same mindset and are able to keep going, because it's, at the end of the day, we both know if you or I aren't going to do it, it's not going to get done. We're not going to get where we need to get. So if you're not going to put in the work, then just shut up and sit down. Mm-hmm. You know?
100%. And it's definitely crazy that you say it and put it in that perspective, because, like we said earlier, how it translates when he said it started off like, you know, the getting his workouts done, and then relate it and translate it into the never give up and consistency of our work habits, or what we do, what we need to get done. You see how it, like, you know, how it goes together. And it's, you know, we'll definitely cover this, because I know this is a big topic, in another episode as well. And I know you guys are going to really love this one, of consistency and building habits. When he said that, you know, well, first of all, I want to say, like, how much respect I have, and whether or not I don't really, you know, tell you verbally, but it's like how much respect I have that you and Gabby have, Camilla, and doing what we're doing, you know, with this crazy schedule, putting in the work, and learning how to be, I can't even put in words, like an amazing dad and stuff. And it's like being able to come, you know, for your perspective, to come home and for her to see that you're gonna do what you need to do and get it done. It's like, you're, even if she is still very young, like, you're already building that consistency for yourself, not waiting later down the road when she's a little bit older and already starting to, you know, kind of understand what's happening, that when she gets there, it's like, oh, my dad's been doing that his whole life. And it's like, that's only, like, so much more, like, respectable and, like, not easier, but routine, you know what I mean? So that's the only way to attain success, I think, in whatever your goal is. So
100%.
it's crazy.
Well, you guys stay tuned. Next episode, we'll go into a little more about consistency, and we'll talk about, about routines and how to build some habits and kind of touch base on some of those, as well as, within the next couple episodes, we'll give you guys some nutritional tips and tricks to put in your arsenal of tools.
And lastly, we're super excited, to be doing this with you guys. So with that being said, feel free, don't be afraid to shoot us messages, on Instagram and all that good stuff, and your social media, letting us know if you guys have any questions or even any certain topics you guys want to hear us go over. It doesn't have to be a question per se, but anything that you may have an input or anything you guys want to hear our input or opinion, we would love to go over it with you guys.
Yeah, so make sure you follow the Tribe 11, spelled out TR11BE podcast Instagram, so that you guys can send us those messages, and we'd be more than happy to answer them. All right.
Talk to you guys later.
Later, guys.